Hello, everybody, and welcome to URL Ultimate Rocket League Playoffs Week 2. I am Nolan. We got some other casters. Let's say we got Mr. Jesse, we got the
Yo,
one and only Andy Pants, and we are ready to watch some Rocket
hello,
League.
hello. Absolutely. Absolutely. We have the Tikis and the Yetis contender match, our very first conference finals game. We finally get to start talking about grand finals because the winner of this game goes on to face the winner of the Foxes and the Gorillas in the grand finals for the contender league. I think we have a couple of special guests here today, if I'm not mistaken,
We do. We've
before we get
got
everything started.
got our GMs from the Tikis and from the Yetis. We are here kind of talking about the game, their thoughts on the season, their hopes for their teams, and kind of just all about what's going on here. So, we got both of them. What do you want to start with?
I think we go with alphabetical order. So I
Okay.
want to hear from the Yetis first, or which is Alaska. I'm sorry because that's
I was
not
gonna say,
alphabetical order. Alaska. So Mr. Douche, how we doing today?
Oh, we doing. We're out here vibing, ready for this game.
How we feeling? How we feeling going into this? How's the feelings been about the season for this team?
It's been ups and downs. Contenders actually been the worst, but turned out to be the best. So we're coming
There
out
you
here.
go. There you go.
God,
So what's the game? Is there a game plan going into this match, or is it just go out there
Like I've
play
been
card ball?
saying to them every last week, calm, cool, and collected.
I
good.
think that could be some advice to every team in these playoffs, actually,
That's all they got to be.
to
They
be
got the
honest.
skills.
So, Mr. Douche, I gotta ask you a question here. So, obviously, you've had Zenko from the beginning, but you picked up two other players. You've got, I don't even know how to say his name, Okanaz. That's my best guess.
Okeanos.
Okianos.
Okay,
And then you've
knows.
got Cool Kid, and one of those players is not like the others. Cool Kid on your team, you got big aspirations for him. You got big hopes for him. What are your thoughts?
Well, they all play off a cool kid sometimes, but generally it's a team effort. But he just knows how to show up, and you let him be him, and he's gonna perform.
Good. I
It's
mean,
true. I've played some twos tryouts with him.
good. He's good.
And the man can play sometimes, that's for sure.
Sometimes.
He's showing up. Let's just say that much.
That's when it counts, right?
Yep. He's a whole different animal in these playoffs. It seems like
He's just got the it factor, I suppose.
exactly.
I suppose.
I like it. The
All
it
right. All
factor.
right.
All right.
Well, I want to hear from Mr. Big Mac Daddy from the Hawaii Tikis. How are you this evening, good sir?
Man, I'm hanging in there doing well. How are y'all?
Be
Couldn't
all right.
couldn't be better. Couldn't be better. On a Thursday evening, getting to cast some Rocket League, some playoffs, big stakes, all the good stuff. What are your thoughts about the season, about this game, about this team? What's the overall feels?
Well, I've been stoked with the whole season. They've been running it and doing their thing. I mean, that's all a GM can really hope for is that your players do what they need to do. Get the job done. We're here now, and hopefully, we're going to close another one out and keep on going forward and work our way to that championship.
There you go. Just a couple games away from a title.
Now, Mr. Big Mac Daddy, I do have a question for you. Allegedly, you'll be staying in your GM position if your teams continue to do well. Now, you've got two of them still in the playoffs
I
here.
have heard this too. Yeah.
You've
That
got
is that is very correct.
that is amazing
I
incentive. Wow.
I was going to resign. They talked against it, and I gave them a kind of an ultimatum. If they get to the championship and they get that chip, I will stay.
So, what is they? Is it either one of All Star or Contender, or is
Either
it
one of the
just
teams.
one? Okay.
Either one of the teams.
All right. Well, your sake and
Mr. Big
mine, I'm
Daddy.
hoping they do well today.
I mean, you could
Hey,
just shorten that spirit to do it for daddy if you wanted to.
Do it for Daddy. I love it. I
Do it for
love it.
daddy.
Big fan. Well, we do have a game that we got to get to, but do we have any final thoughts from our two GMs wishing your team well?
Well, as I tell my team, and I will give it to every team, have a short-term memory. Let a miss, let a mistake slide, and move right on.
Good stuff.
Big facts.
Absolutely.
Douche, any final words?
Just looking forward to the great game. So everyone, good luck and have fun.
Absolutely.
There you go. I remember Douche's last final words we had him on were "ee," and then he left.
That was pretty good. That's solid.
the greatest exit
Exactly.
I've ever seen. It was crazy. Oh my. Well, thank you guys for taking the time to come on. We always appreciate a word from our big guys at the top, so to speak. So good luck to both of your teams. Mac
Thank
Daddy,
you.
we hope somehow you stick around, even though your team's playing us in the next round in All Stars. But we wish you all the best.
We will see.
Yeah, y'all take it easy.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. Well,
Thank you.
I'm excited for the game here. I'm really excited. I think we're gonna have a banger. I think the Yetis are an underrated team coming into this. Obviously, they took out the Astros #1.
Big win.
And really, I feel like we haven't. I personally have not heard a ton from the Tikis during the season, and they kind of showed up in playoffs, and they kind of just whooped people. They look good.
Both Tiki's teams have been
Right.
like that.
Absolutely. So right before we go ahead and get into things here, let's go ahead and take a peek at our bracket for this weekend. We've got our Foxes. I mean, we got Contenders right here. This is the bracket we're looking at. We've got our Foxes and the Gorillas both making it to the conference finals, semifinals. They'll play at some point. Yetis and the Tikis is the match we've got our eyes on tonight. Yetis going to be looking for a massive upset here as the 4 beating the 1 and the 2 in their bracket to get to the finals. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that for an underdog story.
I mean, they've already got one under their belt, so I mean, it's just one more to go before they're sitting in that grand finals bracket. But I mean, a big thing. I mean, they have to. The Yetis have played so well. They have a couple names I think that I know.
Mhm.
Obviously, I've played with Zinko, and
Right.
then I think everybody knows Cool Kid. And then the Tiki's roster. So I haven't been able to follow Contenders a whole lot. But when I recognize names, usually that means that I've seen them in twos or something along those lines, which means they have the potential to play very, very well. It just depends, I think, mainly on how they are able to play with each other as a threes team more so than just skill.
Absolutely. I think you made some great points. I really do think that that's going to be the name of the game tonight. Seeing what they are going to be able to kind of do together, build off and play off each other as a team. But you're right. Absolutely. Jess, you got any thoughts about the game? I'm rather quiet so far. You.
I think that honestly, both teams are gonna start off like they normally would, and early on they're gonna realize, oh yeah, it's a best of 7. We gotta pace ourselves a little bit better so that you don't run out of steam in like game 4, game 5, so you can
Right.
get all the way to 7 if need be.
100%. And that is the other thing too. We come into this. I'm gonna go ahead and take us to the stats here. Let's go ahead and talk about those. But this is our first game for the Threes League that is actually going to end up being a best of 7. That means that they're gonna have to win 4 games instead of just 3 in our normal best of 5s. Best of 7, completely different game. It's longer. It's about which team can do better for longer, and really who can kind of keep things up here. But let's go ahead and go through the stats here. What are you guys thinking? Tikis.
I think it looks a lot like the stat sheet we looked at for the Tiki's Yetis All Star match a couple days ago. A lot of shots from the Tikis, and then obviously the goal margin is a little bit separated there too. But once again, the Yetis over there with the almost an entire a whole save above them per game. So it looks to me like, not having watched these teams very much at all, that the Yetis once again are playing that defensive style. They're kind of happy to let you shoot the ball and then be confident in the fact that they can just keep it out of the net, and get some transition goals. If with the 4-4 record, I would have to assume that a lot of them are low scoring games. The ones that they do win, and then a lot of goals are probably off of transition because they're probably not peppering the net. So I think it's going to look a lot like Tiki's Yetis match from the All Star, where you're going to see a lot of shots from the Tikis, and the Yetis hopefully making those saves to keep it close.
Right. Absolutely.
I will also bring up these two teams did play already. And
Ooh.
as I was looking through, the Tikis did win in a sweep. So it was a 3-0 to
What week was
Tikis.
that?
I think this was the third or fourth week.
Okay.
So we could
I will say
see-
that every game except the first one was a 1 goal difference. So
Oh,
it
there
was
you
still
go.
close.
And I think these rosters have. I know the Yetis have switched it up a little bit. I don't know about the Tikis, but like many other teams in playoffs, it's probably a little bit of a different look roster wise than when that happened. So if it was a close series, then I imagine it's going to continue to be a close series with the alterations made going forward. So
Agreed. All right, gentlemen. T-minus like a minute until game time here, but let's go ahead and get some predictions down. Who do you think's taking this game, Andy?
I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to say it again, probably my third time saying it already. I don't get to watch Contenders very much. But based on the names I know that Zinko and Cool Kid are both very talented with the ball. And so I think I am going to be confident in them. Just for, like I said, just from knowing them and how they play in twos. I'm going to say Yetis take it in 6.
Ooh. Okay. All right. That's an interesting take. I like that. I think it's bold. I think really I don't know that I have a favorite either right now, to be honest, but I like that. In 6, keep it close. Jesse, what do you got?
I like Tikis more, to be honest. As much as I love that the Tikis or that the Yetis have a great defense, the 12 and a half shots a game
It's true.
is a lot. And scoring, 30-ish% of those, that's probably the highest shot to goal ratio that I've seen in any team. I think that's going to play a big factor into who takes it. I think it goes to 7.
All out 7.
4-3 Tikis. Wowee.
Wow.
Nolan, you don't get to skip out on this.
I know. Listen, ever since I've seen Cool Kid come into the league, he's just continuously beat me and proven me wrong and just told me that I am wrong for doubting him. So this is going to be my stand. I'm here for Cool Kid. I think he's going to bring it home. I think the Yetis take it in Game 7 overtime. Bold claim.
Wow.
But I'll tell you right now, these guys are not happy. We're not playing, so
Nolan
we're going
is
to go
here
ahead
for
and
the
enjoy
content. Here for the content. Love it.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
He's sticking
I
to
will
the
stand
script.
alone if I have to.
Well, at least
I've
we got a
already
little
done it
bit.
many times.
Crazy monkeys in chat saying Andy don't know about Ritz Bits. Jesse don't know about Cool Kid. So I think it's going to be pretty even. I'm excited to get in the game.
Absolutely.
Kickoff immediately goes to the blue half. From what I know, Cool Kid, Bacon Aimer, likes to keep the ball in the air. Ooh, a sneaky touch there by Okeanos. Ritz Bits, good control around the corner. Not going to be able to follow again, though. Good pop from Cool Kid. I'm definitely going to say that wrong because I'm going to quick look at his name one of these times and say something that starts with a B. There's no telling what word's going to come out. Oh, not a good touch. See?
Good shot.
Nope, I messed it up already. Just like I called it. Cool Kid with the finish. Yetis taking the first lead. Not quite the save that you'd imagine Undead wanted.
Just had a little bit of a mistouch and unfortunate bounce back into the middle, and his teammate just couldn't recover for the save.
So what are you thinking from these first 40 seconds of gameplay that have gone by? Is it what you were expecting or different?
I don't really know, to be honest with you. I feel like we really haven't seen enough yet. It's kind of just been like, the start of the game, kind of what they've kind of just set up and done. Cool Kid starts off with an early goal, but we are going to, almost the second one.
Oh my goodness.
No way.
He's pissed. I'd be mad.
He's not happy. I think that needs to go in. If you are the Yetis right now, I think there's no way that you can't let that, just not go in. You need these goals if you are the underdog right here, which we don't even know is true yet. But I like the idea that they are just keep going. That's it.
I don't even know if there is an underdog in this match.
I don't think so either.
Close. I think this is just a heavyweight at this point.
Right.
And it's not even the finals.
I mean, that's the thing, though. I think every game from here on out in every single league is going to be tight because, I mean, every team... Oh, almost a good double by Zinko there. Every team has earned their way to the spot that they're in. So, I mean, the Yetis obviously taken down. Ooh, a long shot. Yetis caught out just a little bit. Did Zinko get that boost? He did. He just turned the wrong way. But, I mean, the Yetis coming in, beating the almost undefeated team. The only almost undefeated team in the league. So they definitely earned their spot. The Tikis obviously coming in with a 6-2 record, playing very well the entire season.
They look
it's just
good.
straight in.
Wow.
It's just straight in.
It's just it.
I didn't even see what happened.
Just off kickoff, an own goal.
Own goal.
You hate to see that. Shout out to Nolan.
Dude, I mean, honestly, it's just a great look. It looks phenomenal. I'm proud of him, 100%.
I can't say that I go on the stat sheet for him, unfortunately. I think it's definitely got to go to big.
I think we need an own goal stat tracker.
We do.
The Nolan stat line.
Oh my goodness.
I'll see what I can do.
We have an AFK player in the middle of the field, it seems.
Oh, no.
Or it was a second ago.
We've got to pause the game. Unfortunately, that's not quite how it works.
We have not hosted a Psyonix-sponsored tournament, so we cannot pause private matches.
I mean, listen, that would be so cool, right? You just pause the match whenever we want to.
Well, I mean, if we just players maybe showing some courtesy. No.
They don't
Denying the goal. Okay.
I'm still just confused what's happening right now. Undead.
Apparently his controller crapped out on him.
Controller
Yeah,
stopped,
okay.
and so
But it's all right now.
Tikis, yeah,
He's
I think the
good now.
Tikis gave up a goal so that they could try and figure it out.
The Yetis even offered them a goal.
Yeah, and then Tiki said no.
They want to earn it. Mad respect.
I
Ooh, they almost get it back right there.
They're putting on some
Quiet,
pressure though.
They aren't controlling the boost though, so they're not gonna be able to hold that pressure, I don't think.
No, not at all.
I'm a big fan of what the Yetis are doing here, though.
Oh, a double off the ceiling?
Oh my goodness, consistent pressure. They look great right now. To be honest with you, I think it's really just gonna end up being, you know, can the Yetis get more goals than the Tikis, you know, at the beginning of the game? Because they started out so hot, they start off so fast. If they're able to do that, they will gain the momentum they need.
They're doing a good job of getting the ball out of their half every time they have an opportunity. And they've had some good looks at some doubles and some passes to mid, just not quite finding the back of the net on every one of them.
Absolutely. Dead here trying to do the Lord's work. Get that center out mid. Ritzpitz on the side, taking a shot. Ritzpitz, by the way, being one of our massive playoff members from last week in the Ninjas game. A playoff Ritzpitz here. We've also got playoff MV Outcast and a couple other players, but these were guys who stood out last game. They looked great, and I'm really hoping to see them keep doing their job this game.
I will say the Yetis seem very cool, calm, and collected on defense, and I think that's playing to their advantage. They're not double committing too much, and they're not forcing bad touches into their corners just to get sent back to the middle. They're actually trying to 50 it and clear it out, which is not something you normally see at this rank.
Right.
Well, and I don't think the Tikis are putting on... Oh, what a shot. Just a little awkward from the defense there. I don't think the Tikis are putting on too many, like, hard shots to make them awkward either. I think that's one main thing. The Yetis are consistently having time to kind of take their time on these clears and pushing it to the corner, or passing it out to teammates, and that sort of thing. But 4-1 is a slightly large deficit with 33 seconds left in the game.
Absolutely. I mean, you have to also think about the fact that they probably, the Tikis at least, they probably were a little discombobulated on the deconnect on the controller, whatever it was. You know, that's definitely going to come into effect. You also have to remember that they fell behind early. I think next game, if they really kind of pick up everything they've had, they'll be able to get that lead right back, and we'll just see a close game. I think that's what we're looking at here.
I don't know who's going to be the one, and then saving their own shot, it looks like. Got to get one for
Own
the road.
goal.
Was that an own goal?
Right.
Love to see that. Love to see that. I don't know who to watch to start the pressure for the Tikis next game.
So I'm thinking it's either got to be Ritzpitz or Outcast. I think Undead is that disciplined player who is going to end up playing third most of the time and is going to get his shots in eventually. But I think Outcast is the player to watch there. One of the two.
Okay.
I do think it's Outcast as well. He even in this 2-4 effort, he still had 5 shots and 2 goals out of those 5. So, granted, one of them was an own goal, but that's still offensive pressure.
He's still probably going in, so we'll give it to him.
Right.
Bacon Aimer with 4 of 4 for the Yetis over there. Cool kid. I'm definitely going to butcher that again, but 10 shots to 7 shots, not a huge difference on the shots margin, but as you see, the Yetis with 4 saves, so that's that save factor playing into that game from the stat sheet. What do you think? So you think the idea for the Tikis this game, they got to come out and with pressure? Is that what you're saying, Nolan?
They got to start off hot. I mean, you saw the Yetis, cool kids hitting doubles, cool kids everywhere. If you want to be able to get ahead, you have to get ahead fast. You've got to keep up that offensive pressure. We saw the Tikis just sit back and defend for most of the game, honestly. I like maybe even some demos on Cool Kid. You know, got to take him out. But if you take out Cool Kid, then you're still left with Zenko. And, you know, I mean, to be honest, it's not really ideal, but I think that's the route they have to take to start off at least. I think they have some work cut out for them.
Heard it here first. Nolan says demo. Demos and own goals, Nolan's calls. Jesse, what do you feel going in this game?
I can't quite say I agree with Nolan. I think it's got to be the 50s and pressure instead, honestly. I think Andy, you know this. I've said this a couple of times. I think 50s are the most underrated part of this game. And it really allows you to keep pressure.
Oh, there is a demo though on the back post.
It was a good demo.
Demo and the fast shot, the fast pressure, and there you go. Ritzpitz is shooting, pass from Outcast. There's your 2 right there.
I will say I will agree with Nolan if they continue to demo like that and they calculate their demos. If they just demoing willy-nilly, eventually it's going to bite them.
Right.
Well, the Tikis start off hot this game, just like Nolan was wanting.
They have to. They absolutely have to. It's all about the momentum in the playoffs. Game 7 is a completely different animal, and that's when you need the momentum.
The Tikis with kind of a missed opportunity there, I feel. The ball is already spending a lot more time on the blue half, even in this first 40 seconds of the game. Really good dunk by Okeanos. If I'm saying that right, I have no clue.
Okeanos. I think that's it.
Okeanos.
Big demo there.
From the Yetis. Oh, nobody going for the ball.
Little 1v1. Cool Kid gets the demo. Undead with the shot with a pass here. Outcast too far up. Oh boy.
Nobody goes for the ball though.
This is so well played. Except for that.
I think a quick shot would have gone in. I don't think any of those goaltenders were ready for that.
I was ready for the double, to be honest with you. I thought for sure he's going right up. He was smacking that in, but the weight was definitely an interesting idea.
A good catch from Zenko. Just walks the dog right on in to even this game up.
What's the dog doing? You walking it right in, and there's Zenko for you. He's just a stud. That's it.
I will say every time I played a 2's tryout with Zenko, it was always his first game on, and so I would always play with him for one match, and then I'd play with him 2 games later, and he would just score like 1,000 points on the score line.
Right.
So I've never had a good experience. Very rarely had a good experience on his team, but I know he's a very solid player.
Fair enough. Well, a clear from Cool Kid here. Blast towards the net. It's going to be Rich to see if he can get the clear. And the Yetis certainly have this little midfield thing going on. They all creep up towards midfield. They'll never give it up, but they all creep up towards midfield because they're so confident in their abilities. And that's a great
pass.
Play. Wow.
What a pass from Cool Kid there. Good on Zenko to be ready for that.
Oh, give and go. Ritz did get a touch.
I don't think Ritz was ready for the speed on that pass.
So unfortunate.
So Yetis with the lead. Uh-oh, pops it over 2. Can't
Oh,
hook
no.
around it. Oh no, Outcast not ready to gather. Pushed up just a little bit too far.
I know we had said that the Tikis got to go fast and they got to start off, but we've seen a couple of different shots now that had they slowed it down, really taken their time with it, we would have seen a very different result. In fact, we might even be looking at like a 1-3 game right now in the Tikis' favor. But I think what they need to do is they really just got to take a second, control the ball, make their moves, and find each other and pass. All last series, when they played the Ninjas, we were talking about their passes. We were talking about how good their team composition looked. And it doesn't look the same right now. They look very jumbled.
There's the exact opposite on the side of the Yetis, it seems, right now.
Right.
And they double commit, but that's fine. Good little pop out there with no boost. Not quite going to be able to get any consistent pressure off that. Oh, a big demo from Ritz. Big dump. Big dunk, though. Okeanos. The finish? Yes,
Wow.
sir.
Wow.
Is that Zenko's 3rd? Yes, it is.
Wow. Zenko with the hat trick.
So 4 goals from Cool Kid the first game. 3 so far from Zenko. They're playing solo ball.
Really? And it's working. It's doing
It
real
is
well for
working.
them. I mean, it's all about the team.
Not quite literally solo ball, but there are lots of good passes from this Yetis team.
Right. It's still
Just the
just
scoreline doesn't show.
it still just seems like the Yetis just have all of the pressure, all of the everything. And to be honest with you, I'm looking at the Tikis mostly without boost. These opportunities right here are ones where they have to absolutely score, and that's going to be a
Big whip
score.
from
There you
Zenko.
go.
An unfortunate miss from Zenko coming out of goal right there, but Outcast there to follow it up. I watched Ritz drive all the way down the field chasing the demo and then gets demoed in the corner by
Oh, unfortunate.
Okeanos.
Gotta love it.
3-2. Heading towards this last minute of the gameplay. Do you think the Tikis can find one more?
They got a minute to do it. I think if they lock in right here and they keep the pressure that they've got for the next, minute or so, they definitely can. Even a couple more looks downfield seem promising. But
A good beat.
that can't go in.
Oh.
It's unfortunate.
And I think Undead had full confidence that Ritz was going to get at least a piece on that.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. What is Zenko's
Unfortunate
4?
for the
What
Tikis.
is
Yep.
this?
Yep.
Okeanos?
We're going to get four goals. So I guess it's Okeanos next game.
Right.
Going to get 4.
Hopefully. Knows, maybe we
he
can see a
air
Tiki
dribbles
do it.
in. Ground pinch? Nope. A good bump right there from Outcast, but
No
you
way.
gonna double it? Yes, triple.
Douche. My goodness,
Going for the
Zenko.
clips.
For real. Maybe a little touch here, keep it at the center for the Yetis, and the Tiki's got to find 2 if they want anything here.
Just took it around.
Boost game. I think that's another thing that they're gonna have to work on. There's a lot to work on here for the Tikis, but I think the pieces are all there. They just got to buckle up and do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think they missed. They have definitely missed 2 golden opportunities for goals this game, which
Yes.
would tie the game up,
That's
and then you'd be
another
looking
one.
at an overtime right now.
Right. And even if they had 2, they might have just had another one right
Ooh,
there
what
had
a
they played
save.
their cards right.
Yeah. And the Yetis take game 2. This Jesse, what are you feeling over there? Acting a little quiet now.
Honestly, the Tikis just are. I think the Yetis just took the Tiki playstyle. It's mine now
Honestly.
because they're playing just like how the Tikis normally would, and I don't think the Tikis were ready for such a passing heavy team.
Right.
That, and they continue to prioritize the large boosts. I've noticed a few times, especially on offense, where they go all the way back instead of picking up like 3 or 4 small pads and turning right back around for the next shot. I think that's playing into their missed opportunities a little bit.
Yeah, I think also to that point, I think they're using a lot of boost to get up like just barely in front of goal, thinking they're gonna win a 50. What a shot! Not
Oh,
gonna go in from Cool
lucky.
Kid, but that was almost nasty.
wow.
Another one?
the pressure's just already on for the Yetis. There's so much of it. The Tikis, they're gonna have to keep spreading out. They're gonna have to make sure that they get some shots on like this. I feel like the touches from the Tikis just aren't as good as the Yetis. And not, I say touches, but I mean, I'm looking at the power that they have on these shots, and it feels like the Yetis are just pushing it so much farther down the field, so much faster. I mean, you seeing that too?
I mean, you can, yeah. I mean, and I think what I'm liking from the Yetis right now is they're almost moving. Their rotations are moving up and down the field, so it's like they're all three moving. Good save there from Okianos. They're none of them are like Jesse was saying about the Tikis. Like there's one always driving back for that very back boost, so it's just two people on offense. It seems like the Yetis are continuously having at least three people in the play every time they take the ball down the field.
Yep.
Tikis are doing a little bit better right here, but still not finding the back of the net.
The 50s coming out from the Yetis too are absolutely ridiculous. Like, I feel like they haven't lost the 50 yet.
You can feel the Tikis turning up the pressure though right here this game.
Yep.
A lot more than the last two games.
Great little touch
Big
there.
50, big 50 there. Just gotta keep that ball in. Good job from Zenko. Oh, big dunk from Undead. Nobody there for the Yetis.
Oh. Great clear from
Nice.
Zenko.
Go back.
It's a missed
That needed to be
opportunity.
a pass. Yep. Agreed. 2-on-1. You got to score right there.
Yeah,
Big
big
dunk from
heavy
Cool
touch
Kid.
right in the middle. He just messed up his shot.
All right, so let me go ahead and get your opinions here. We've had 2 minutes. You know what? Never mind.
Oh.
Just don't even.
There you go.
Pretend I didn't speak. Can't even believe it. I was just about to say 2 minutes uninterrupted, solid gameplay, back and forth. Looks like both these teams could be in it. Cool Kid does start off the scoring. Great touch by Cool Kid there, and I really would like to see this continue as a back and forth. I don't want to just see a 4-0 here.
Yeah. But I mean, the Yetis are they're playing as a much better team right now.
Right.
I don't even think they're outclassing the Tikis too much.
They're a
I
unit.
think they're just a much better team at the moment.
Agreed.
What a dunk.
Oh
Good
my
grief.
goodness.
Off the ceiling.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
there's
know.
the finish. There's the finish. First goal for him in the series.
I would disagree. They are definitely just outplaying them at this point.
Well, that play, absolutely. That one, as soon as I
That's
say
crazy.
something, of course.
Every time they've scored, it's not been a dumb goal outside of the one own goal on that kickoff in the first game.
That's true.
It's all been a passing play or like some ridiculous
Right.
touch that goes in. It's not really just dumb goals that just get shot. Again,
Another
there
one.
too, another
There's
pass.
another one. It's like they just break the dam. It's just the first one goes in, and then at least two more follow. It seems
Yup.
like
100%. They get that immediate motivation.
you get the taste for blood.
Absolutely.
Well, I think the big topic of this game is going to be car of the game.
Oh,
in
yeah.
honor of our own Crazy Monkey 23. So now we've had a few minutes to take a look. What are we feeling?
As quirky as it is, I really like Ritz's, to be honest.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
I haven't had a good chance to look at the other one because I've not really been paying attention to the cars, so I'll get back to you on if there's any other ones. But right off rip,
Ooh, a dunk goal right there. The Tiki saying we're not quite out of it yet.
Absolutely.
I'm kind of a fan of. It's a lot of pink, but I don't hate Undead's car. I don't hate it. I like the mixture of the paint finishes to go with the decal on there. He's got the Lone Wolf decal going on. A good double off the ceiling from Cool Kid there. I think that's one big thing about Contenders versus All Stars and Ultimate. You don't see the Smurf uniforms
Yes,
up
right.
down here like you do up there. Ooh, a misread off the back wall there.
Cool Kid just looks
Cool Kid.
so good.
Yeah,
Look at the
misread.
placement.
Just a little slow from Ritz there on the backboard. Easy follow.
Wow.
And had to show off with bottom left for sure.
Of course, per usual.
Of course.
All right, so let's take a second and think about this. The Tikis need 3 more if they want to climb back inside of this game. I don't
In a minute and a
know.
half.
They got a minute. My fault. They got a minute and a half. 3 goals. They got.
Oh no. Oh no. Scratch that. 4
Dude,
goals.
I'm just not even gonna talk anymore. Like, every time I
Next
talk, it
game.
just happens. But I mean, at this point, they got to just be listening to Big Mac Daddy's advice. Have a short-term memory. Any
Yeah.
mess up, any little thing that goes wrong, you just got to put it out of your mind and on to the next game. They still got another chance. As long as they have that next game in order to play, they should be giving it all they've got.
I mean, like you said, a Game 7 overtime, and you wrote the script, so
That's true.
I mean, we've got to see what the boss says. Taking over with a good catch there. I feel like
Oh,
the
boy.
Tikis are trying anything and everything right now.
Yeah.
Undead up for some crazy redirects in front of goal. I mean, but they do have to bring out something right now, because they can't get anything going against this team. I mean, this is their first goal of the. No, it's not. I'm sorry. I apologize. I was gonna say first goal of the series, but oh, what a bump! I think it was accidental, but Zinko with the bump on. Who was it? Outcast here. Oof.
Wow.
And Okeanos with the finish. I mean, they just can't get anything going right now.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, even if they had something, it's still tough to just go against a team that just has so much. You know, they just have so much offense right now. They're doing everything right. They don't even have to defend. It's just they keep up the offensive and that's it. And they're a deadly team when they keep it up.
Well, it's kind of the exact opposite of what the stat sheet was showing.
Right.
Like the Yetis completely controlling the offensive game right there. What a dunk. The Tiki's barely even able to get it on their side of the field to get a shot.
Okay, almost with the flip reset.
Oh.
Oh, good little pass there.
I will say, as this game wraps up, kind of been watching from the skies, looking at rotations.
Oh yeah.
Yetis are definitely playing a lot closer in that,
Yeah.
in all sides of the field, except leaving that third man back a little bit. Whereas the Tikis when they go to offense, they have the first man up, and then the other two are behind that midfield. So there's no shot for a passing play to work because that's too much space between first and second. But anytime they're on defense, they have that first and second man bunched up. So all it takes is one little touch, and it goes right past both of them, and there's one to play against 3. So I think they just need to tighten up a little bit on offensive rotation and loosen up a little bit on the defensive rotation.
All right. Ultimate question here. Why Tikis on the verge of elimination from the Yetis here? You guys, if you had one thing to tell the Tikis right now, hey, here's what you got to do. What are you saying?
Jesse, you can take this first.
They need to calm down. I don't know how many people know this, but I play in a league, and I was in the finals a couple of months ago. I was in this exact situation. All we did is we calmed down on defense. We relaxed. We took our 1 minute. We breathed. We just sat there for a minute in silence. We came out, almost reverse swept. We didn't quite make it. However, it was a lot closer of a match. So I think that if they just relax, I think they can get it.
I mean, I sure hope so. I think relaxing is big. You definitely gotta, stay cool under pressure. 100%. That's not a terrible way to start things. Yeah, there you go. There it is.
There we go. That's what they need.
Okeanos sat there from kickoff for the first 20 seconds.
Yeah, that's
Didn't
tough.
move.
That's what I like to see as well. They have that second man bunched up a little bit more, and he's there for the mistake that occurs.
Hawaii Tiki started out here. They get a little bit of momentum. I think they really kind of just need to. There's nobody back right now, though. I guess. I mean, they're so
missed
pushed up.
opportunity.
They're trying to just score everything.
I think that's probably what's going
Gotta
through their
be.
head. They're thinking, we got to have a goal. We need a goal right here.
There's 3 of them
Okeanos
right
going
there,
through.
right. And that's what's going to leave this goal wide open. But a great save from Ritzmans. I think if there's a player to watch in this game that is going to make a difference, it's Ritzmans. I don't think he wants to lose this game. Obviously, nobody does. But I think he's going to be a key player in the reason that they don't lose this game. And there you go. That's number 2.
It's one of the first double points I feel like I've seen from this Yetis team on defense, and obviously just a mistouch leads to a goal from Ritz. Because as I said, second man pushed up a little bit more. He's there for the punish.
Ritz want this 4 for 4. I'll tell you that much. He wants the 4 goals. He sees Cool Kid do it. He sees Zenko do it, and he's trying to do it. And I'm pumped here.
And I'm glad to see that Tiki's putting on some pressure at the beginning of the game.
Yup.
They got 1 goal earlier first, but weren't able to do anything the rest of the game. Almost.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, what a redirect from
talking
Outcast.
And the third one's a clip? What are you talking about?
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Somebody clip
Whatever-
this for me, please.
Whoever told them what to change, they need to keep this going.
They just popped open the stream, I guess.
That's
They
it.
listened to you.
Playoff
That's what
Ritz
it was.
Biz.
They're playing so much
That's
better
right.
than me.
You got Jess.
Lot of-
How are those rotations looking? We're starting to see them.
I haven't been looking at the sky view, but I can
get-
start going now.
I got you. I feel like we're seeing a little bit more of the action back. You know what I mean? We see somebody back able to defend a path instead of them all 3 just bunched up.
I think they just need to start trusting each other on defense. That's ultimately why double commits happen on defense. Either miscommunication, ooh, almost a good shot for Cool Kid there, but I think a little mistrust is also what factors into that.
Right.
Big dunk
Oh
from
my
Outcast.
goodness.
Straight in, not quite.
Ritz is there.
A bit too weak. Another double commit from the Yetis.
How about this though? All of a sudden, all of the offense from the Tikis, and
Yep.
we're seeing a little bit of trouble from the Yetis. No way.
And then Cool Kid just doubles off the wall.
Really ridiculous.
Nobody mid there for the Yetis.
These
It's quite a
rotations
pass.
are looking a lot better, to be honest. They're
Really,
playing
they
so much
are.
closer together with that first and second man, and leaving that third man just far enough behind to where if it gets behind both,
Oh,
he's in a
The
good spot.
Yetis now the one kind of missing opportunities. Oh, that's a big double commit there from Undead Zone.
Save, good bump though.
Big. Kinos, little
I
center
think-
out.
I think Yetis got to score on this drive, which they just can't.
Yeah. 100%.
I
They
think,
have to
I think
score.
they're the. I think the nerves are switched. I think now that they're on that match point, and they've been doing so well. They get scored on twice instantly, and now they're just starting to freak out.
Well, I think there's another surprise factor here that not a lot of people are thinking about. It also certainly helps your team when you have a 2,000 level player sitting in your lobby coaching you. You know what I mean? You know, Spirits, not Undead, but Spirits Remain does happen to be in the lobby. He's their coach. I know that they do a lot together. That normally would have gone in if they didn't have a man back, but that's a great effort from Undead being there. Great little touch from Okeanos there. Yeah, the Yetis got to break
A
out.
lot of misses. Yeah, a lot of misses we didn't see in the first 3 games coming from the Yetis right now.
Mhm. Yep.
And missing opportunities. Big dunks. Fat dunks even. Oh, a good clear from Cool Kid. Gonna go under the second one. Oh, that's awkward.
Mistouch, but nobody's there to shoot. There it is.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
never mind. It took a little longer than expected, but
Dude.
Zenko was able to get up for that. They double committed too. That'd have been real sketchy for the Yetis if that ball hadn't gone in, but it did. So we're at 3-1 now.
Goodness. Is this the floodgates opening for the Yetis though? I mean, are they suddenly back in business because they have a goal?
It's happened every other game, so we'll see.
Right. Enko flying halfway across the court.
A big
Goodness.
dunk from
I
Cool
think
Kid,
it'll.
just keeping
I
it
think
in.
it'll all depend on their next offensive possession. If they can get something out of it, I think there's a chance. But especially with 1 minute left and 2 goals, if they can't get something done on the next possession, I think that's game 4 wrapped up.
You're up, 100%. There's another thing that I've kind of seen. That's a mix-up from the Yetis right there. I think the Yetis
Kind
kind
of
of
worked though.
It kind of did, but I think they're really kind of just focused on next game. They're trying to finish out this one, see if they can come away with anything. But overall, they're not worried. They know that they're going to be able to bring it back in this next game and just do everything right. And there they go.
Alright. I was just about to mention, I want to see these get one more for the road.
Yep.
So you really get that motivation boosted. And right as I'm about to speak it happens.
Absolutely. The other thing that I have consistently seen, though, is off the Yeti's backboard, there's always a player there. There's always a player looking to make that clear, make sure that it's there. And I feel like from the Tikis, we don't see that a lot. We see both players go up right there, where I feel like, you know, one of the Yetis would have gone off backboard. So I feel like we're also kind of just seeing different things
Ooh.
here. Up for the road for Zenko.
Yeah, there hasn't been a lot of backboard defense from the Yetis.
Right.
Or from the Tikis. There's been quite a bit from the Yetis, but
I think that goes hand in hand with confidence in the air, though.
Yep.
Obviously, Cool Kid and Zenko both very, very comfortable with their car control in the air, whereas you've seen even a couple misses off of even just straight up aerials, like trying to play defense where it gets a little awkward right above net from the Tikis. And so I think backboard play kind of comes in when people are very comfortable taking the ball in the air. Got an own goal for the last one? No.
They can't give
So I
another
think-
one. Wow.
Game 4 in the books.
And that's huge.
Not going to be a sweep. Not going to be a sweep. That was very, very good gameplay from the Tikis compared to the first 3 games. Kind of like you had mentioned, Jesse, just almost a complete switch of play styles there in that game. But definitely good to see Ritz Bits popping off with almost 800 points that game. I don't think the Yetis just couldn't get it going in the first half. They brought it back with 2 goals. They're kind of towards the end, but I think they seem to feel more comfortable when they get momentum off the start. And then, of course, we get to rewatch that clip of Outcast just backflipping for the redirect in front of goal.
That was ridiculous. I can't even believe that. Yeah, Tiki's not getting swept, but does this open opportunities for the Tikis? Are we gonna see Tikis go on a little run right now? Maybe take a couple more games. I think we could.
If the Yetis don't figure something out, I think the Tikis are going to try to do exactly what they did that game.
Yep.
Just keeping the pressure up, like Jesse was talking about, tight rotations on offense, all that sort of stuff. A couple defensive blunders there in that game, especially there towards the end. We're asking for a hold up here. But the Yetis still couldn't get anything going to retake the lead. So I'll be interested to see what the Yetis specifically bring to this game, because I think you're going to try to see the Tikis are going to try to replay that exact gameplay.
Oh boy.
Good save there.
Crazy start already. Game number 5. This is 5. Wow. Time flies.
The Yetis already trying to get that pressure back that they had in the first couple games. Big demos coming out from both
Oh
teams.
my.
Cool Kid just showing off with the flip reset. Doesn't do a whole lot.
I think the touches, I briefly mentioned it earlier, but I think the touches,
good
even
bump
from
there.
the Tikis, are looking better now. They're getting booms down the field. They're
Yeah.
getting some real power. Like, initially, they weren't able to clear it. They weren't able to do most of these things, but, we're seeing much different things now. Oh, boy.
Right in. A little bit of missed opportunity, I think.
Mistouch.
Yeah.
Double demo.
A lot of misses. Fakes, not misses. It's always fake.
A lot of fakes, a lot of definitely on purpose bumps.
Oh, mistouch.
Hauling
Oh,
the
wow.
teammate.
I think the
That
nerves
is
are
some
starting to settle.
miscommunication right there. Cool Kid has no business going for that ball.
Yep.
Zenko has the read.
You almost never want to put it back towards your middle unless you know for a fact you can get to it a second time.
Or
Now-
if you know you are the very, very last one back and you have to touch it.
I would personally disagree with that. I think that nobody ever, sees when you put it right in front of the net. Except, I'm not the greatest person to talk about that stuff, but we'll move on.
Well, and you just do it because you're trying to get yourself to set up for the own goal.
You say that, but I'm not even kidding you. That's my philosophy, and usually it does work. It just so happens that I also get some bad touches on the ball sometimes. But we don't care about that. Tiki's
Yeah,
up
yeah.
1 already. They look good, and now the Yetis seem like they're on their back feet. No boost
That
here.
boost right there. Big 50s. Big 50s.
Oh no.
Ooh, couldn't quite follow that one. 2 whiffs.
Oh, no.
2v1. Yeti's going to throw it away, though.
Oh wow, that's a great touch by Ritz here. And honestly, playoff Ritz is what we're looking for here. Little shot, does it get behind him? Is it in?
Oh, not quite.
Dead's gonna get there. Oh wow.
Shut in. Not quite. Ooh.
Two.
I think Okiano's probably shaking in his boots right there.
Yup.
The old forward-backward routine. Oh, a good clear from Cool Kid though.
So if we don't end up getting a Yetis post-game interview, I feel like we still need to know, like, kind of what happened. They started off absolutely like, hot as anything. They started
I
great.
think all this is credit to the Tikis. They,
Yeah.
like Jesse was talking about, they weren't able to apply any pressure on the offensive end. So the Yetis were getting to run whatever kind of offense they wanted to run.
Yep.
And now they're finally blocking those easy clears and easy shots down the field. Ooh, almost with the double there. And so they're getting rewarded with getting scored on by, obviously.
I kind of just wanted an opportunity to talk to Cool Kid, but I got you. No, I agree. I think you're 100% right. I think the Tikis have stepped it up. I think Game 3 happened. Game 4 was, ready to go. They really kind of just sat down and were like, we're not about to throw this. We're not going to do this. We know what we have to do. We know we have to step up and start making some plays. We need to play better as a team. I think their coaches, I think Big Mac Daddy was in there. I think everybody kind of just gave them the stuff and said, listen. I mean, they even know it. Their GM, Dan, is on the line right now.
I mean, I think the main thing is they probably, Big Mac Daddy hopped in and said, all right, boys, the script says we got to go to Game 7 overtime. So
Yup.
that's what they're doing. Both
Absolutely.
teams. I'm sure Douche got the email as well.
Yep, he responded to me. Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure, I mean, you got the script, right? I mean, I CC'd you.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I didn't read it, but because I knew what it was saying.
Yep.
I have a question
big
for
demo.
both of you actually on this.
Go ahead.
Do you think that this sudden revitalization of the Tikis is because of what the Tikis are doing? Or do you think it's the Yetis, as I mentioned, like right before the series started, not pacing themselves well enough for a best of 7 and just running out of steam in Game 3? And now they're starting to feel the effects of just not pacing themselves and trying to speed everything through and rush through it.
So, can I reflect the question right back on you? So I personally have only played in a best of 7 series one time. But I know that you're much more familiar with that best of 7 series as you play in leagues that consistently have those best of 7s. What is your mentality in that best of 7? Why don't you go ahead and break that down for us?
I will say there's a reason I keep bringing up the pace, and it's because that's probably that, and then the mental ability to stay confident in yourselves even when you're down.
Right.
Both of those are important for each side. So I think honestly it's both. I think the Tikis just are able to. They listen to that advice from the interview. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yes. Yes, it
I
is.
think the Yetis just sped up, went too quick, scored all their goals in the first 3 games, and forgot. Oh yeah, we still have 4 more to deal with.
That's true.
So I think they're starting to feel the effects of both. And now, as I've kind of watched through, the Tikis kind of played. The thing is, the Tikis played this game how they've played the first like 2 or 3 games from what I saw, which is why it was only 1-0 to be honest.
Right.
Because they were leaving that again one man by himself in the front, and so the fact that they're winning now, playing how they did in the first 3 games, is a little bit concerning to me.
Hmm.
I think, from what it looks to me like, I think that the Tikis have been the deciding factor in the comeback here. I don't think it's the Yetis kind of turning down their pressure.
Yep.
I think that the Tikis are not allowing them to, and yes, you've got a couple misses from the Yetis here and there. And no discredit to Jesse's point about this being best of 7. But I absolutely think that the Tikis have absolutely stepped it up in every category in the last 2 games. And the Yetis just big whiff though.
Yeah.
I mean, as I'm talking about the Tikis, the Tikis credit, Cool Kid goes and whips one, fakes one.
So I'll go ahead and meet you guys both in the middle. I think you both make 100% valid points, but I really think it's a little bit of both. I think the Yetis, I mean, you look at these guys, a lot of these guys, I don't know that they've played in best of 7s yet. So they certainly kind of have that whole different change in mentality throughout things. But I think it's absolutely credited to the Tikis as well. They've 100% stepped it up, and I think the Tikis are going to have to find their grips right here. They're going to find themselves in a Game 7. And I'll be honest, I didn't even read the script. And if we're already going to game 7s, like the script says, then we are in for long playoffs.
I will say I'm not discrediting the Tikis for what they've done, because I do think it is a mix, but I think the biggest part is just the Yetis not pacing themselves correctly and getting a little too ahead of themselves in the first 3 games, and now starting to get punished a little bit more than they were.
Those types of goals went in every time during the first 3 games.
How many?
To your point.
How many goals did Yetis have in the past 2 games? Just one. Or
1.
no, 2.
1.
2.
2.
I think it was
yeah,
4 to 2.
It was,
Yep, you're correct.
yeah.
Nothing last game.
Nope.
Wow.
They've been outscored 5 to 2 in the last 2 games.
Yeah. Wow.
After outscoring them in the 3rd game 6 to 1.
So 13 goals in the first 3 games, and 2 in the last 2. Big fakes, big fakes.
No.
Another redirect.
Thought he was gonna do it. I knew it. My goodness.
Good
That's
pressure.
just in.
shot
Oh,
here.
good save.
Still just massive amount of offense from the Tikis, keeping
And
the
the
ball on the
50s.
side. Yes, absolutely.
Another good touch there.
A comment from Crazy. This is where I would start to worry for the Yetis. Well, I'm worried for the Yetis too. I'm really hoping that they're able to come back and kind of figure something out here. But I'm really liking the concept. I'm glad that we're here at a game 6, potentially looking at a game 7. The consistency is completely turned around. We see these guys. I mean, honestly, the Yetis are respecting shots.
The
Not
Yetis
just
have been
going
on their
along.
heels
Right.
the last 3 games completely.
Absolutely.
Or the last 2 and this game. I mean, sorry.
No, you're right. You're right. Oh, there's an
Oh, what a
opportunity.
pass!
Wow.
There it is. Just I think that's the first missed 50 from the Tikis. And it results in a goal.
Just
Absolutely.
kind of kicking his head a little bit too far forward outside of the net, and it just gets past him.
I think he 100% thought that Ritz was going to get the 50 on the wall there.
He gets a nice easy touch over the side. Looks to center this one out.
Oh,
Trouble.
my. Okiano's helping him get back. Oh, the big
Ben.
dunk.
Wow, what a
Good
save.
Save.
Wicked can take
There's
this
some
one out.
fancy here. See, I just feel like that would have been in the first 2
Yeah,
games.
100%.
100%. Jinx, by the way.
I would say even the first 3
Good
games.
pass. Woo! What a save. It's not going to come up as a save on the scoreboard, but that was definitely in. He didn't 50 that.
Demos from
Placement.
Cool Kid.
Not quite.
Tikis are starting to revert back to that first 3 game.
Yup. You gotta get this out.
Play style, just not playing tight enough on the offense, and then playing too tight on defense.
As long as they keep
just
that
falling.
last man back, I think I feel safer. Because that's what they were
Oh,
not doing
man.
at all at the beginning. I think if they can get it
Yeah,
out,
he's starting to win these 50s now.
it's a minute.
Nobody up, though.
Oh boy. Yetis are starting to play fast. They're
Fakes,
starting to
big
get this
fakes.
stuff down. Absolutely. Minute to win it here for the Tikis. If you are the Tikis right now, you have to absolutely find a shot on net in the next minute. You cannot be overcommitting for all these shots and leaving nobody back. But they need something, and they got to do it now.
So they're all 3 sitting right there.
Yup.
I feel like at least Undead should have been a little more towards the middle of the field, and he would have had either a shot or a good pass.
Oh
I think
boy.
Oh, that might be the dagger.
That might be it.
That might be the dagger.
I can't even blame them for doing that, to be honest, because you're 30
Being
seconds
that
left.
close, yeah.
You got 1 goal between you and
Oh boy.
your season
end of the
being
season,
over.
yeah.
Yup. Well,
So can't really fault them on that.
I mean, the
We're going to have a
Tikis-
miracle in these last 28 seconds here if we're going to see another game.
Absolutely.
Oh,
We need
there's
to
gotta
see
be a
it
score
now.
right here. If it goes back into the orange half, it's over. And there it is.
Nobody there
Boy.
to follow.
Yeah, this is gonna be tough.
And
This is number
yeah,
3.
Another
looking to
open
get
net.
one for
Yeah.
the road. Yeah, there it is.
Absolutely.
A very valiant effort from the Tikis to bring this series back.
Well, who guessed that? Yetis in 6.
That might
wonder.
have been me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's well done, Mr. Andy. But 3-0, 13 seconds left. It's not looking like we're gonna see too much more happen here. Would be a miracle if it did. But this is a great effort from the Yetis and Cool Kid. Like I said, you gotta start believing in him. Cool Kid's the man.
Yetis are moving on to the championship.
Absolutely.
There you go.
First
Grand
team.
finals.
First of
Best
two
of
teams.
best of 15s. From here
Oh.
on out. No, just kidding.
Wow.
Best of 15.
Great games all around. We do have a winner, though. The Yetis will take the first spot in any URL 3's
Yes, sir.
playoffs, finals. And we're gonna be able to get going here. Let's go ahead and get these guys in for an interview, and you guys are gonna go ahead and take care of that.
Oh, all right. That's
Absolutely.
on us.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and see if we can get that going. But it is all you guys.
Where is Cool Kid? I am ready for the man, the myth, the legend, the youngster, the Daniel, if you will. I mean, it really did feel like the Yetis were starting to lose the grip on the series there in about game five. Game five definitely started to feel like it was done. But credit to the Yetis, they picked it up game whatever this is, 6. And it happened again. You just see the momentum for the Yetis. I think that was the biggest theme of this series. I think if the Yetis got momentum, they scored a lot, and if the Tikis were able to halt that, I think that's the reason that the Tikis were able to take those 2 games that they did.
Hey,
There they are. Get them in here.
I don't know where Cool Kid went. Hold on. Had a
He had
lot.
to go do homework.
He's too hyped at the moment.
he was saying GG's to the other team.
He's a little bit a kid at the moment because he's it's the best way to put it.
Finals. He's in the grand finals.
Yep.
Well, congratulations to both of you guys
Thank
that
you.
are in here. Well, all 3 of you. Douche you as well.
Yeah.
Good game.
I was a
Douche.
little worried. I was reading chat and they said Remains was in their VC. I was like, oh god, I'm only like 1300 peak. This guy's like a 2K. I don't think he can outcoach. But I
mean, you
didn't
never-
need to do much coaching, man. They just showed up and yeah, here we are.
I was gonna wait till Cool Kid got in here, but
Hold on, he's
is
being
he still
a
coming?
cool kid.
Oh my
He's
goodness.
being a child again.
Oh,
He's
my
in the
literally-
sixth
goodness.
man.
There he is. There he is. Cool Kid, congratulations, buddy. Congratulations on the win, being the first team in the grand finals.
Yep.
How are all 3 of you guys feeling right now?
The
Uh,
Cinderella moment is happening.
After game
Ex-
5, I got nervous because we were down 2 series, so I got pretty nervous.
Yeah,
nervous?
it was unfortunate, but I think as we fixed up our rotations just a bit, and yeah,
I
think
think we
that's-
had some
yeah.
good plays.
we had some nerves. I can't lie, we had some
Yeah.
nerves.
Yeah.
We had some
Definitely-
good
definitely
plays,
didn't
but we
show.
managed.
He definitely is. It's definitely is going to be a Cinderella moment. That's what I'm just saying. It's
Yeah,
happening.
we're really excited.
We just gotta
And-
beat the foxes or the gorillas.
We have some haters, but you know what? We showed them.
Y'all,
won't name
y'all
him.
have taken down.
I won't name any
The-
haters, but that's unfortunate.
Well, y'all have taken down the almost undefeated Astros, and now the Tikis that were coming off of a hot regular season. Who do y'all think you guys are going to be seeing in the grand finals? from that top bracket?
Foxes. Foxes.
Yeah.
Who would you rather play though if you had to pick?
Gorillas.
I'm thinking the Gorillas are gonna pull an upset.
Ooh.
Nope.
Oh, sheesh.
As a
Not a
fox, I'm gonna
f-
have to tell you you're wrong, but it's okay.
Okay.
I'd rather face the gorillas.
It,
Yeah,
it, dep-
yeah,
it depends how
Foxes.
it depends how what Alfred plays. It depends how Alfred plays, to be
Yeah,
honest.
Alfred's nuts. I'm in his choose team. He's
If
crazy.
we win grand finals after losing, that would be crazy.
But we were the bottom seed team, and
Yeah.
we played the first top 2 seeds.
The reason we playoffs is because of the Tikis.
Yeah, it's because the Tikis that made playoffs. Otherwise, you wouldn't make it.
If Tiki's
Oh.
pulled off,
Yeah,
and it was GG's
if
to
Tikis,
Tiki's. They're listening in
Tikis,
chat.
man, they were so good. I was terrified because their passes were so good.
Bro,
Well,
MD
y'all
Outcast.
definitely held every bit of the pressure those first 3 games. Y'all were not letting
Yeah,
them
we did.
start any offense at all. Was it just the nerves, like purely nerves going into game 4 that,
Yes,
that
I
changed
got
all that?
I think one mistake led to just a bunch of nerves, and that lost us 2 games.
Oh, we managed to pull it back.
That first goal in game was it 6 is what we needed. That
Yeah.
somebody said it
Yeah.
in chat, and it's like,
It was
yeah, that's what we
comfort.
needed.
Like we got so comfortable.
Once we
after
saw it
that.
go in, then we could just continue.
Y'all definitely played well. I think Nolan's muted unknowingly or knowingly, not sure.
Doesn't
We'll
look
find
I'm
out
gonna
in
be
a minute.
honest. I hope the Gorillas win because they have Crazy Monkey.
Oh,
I
I
hope
want to see
they
Monkey
win.
in finals. That'd be so sick.
Yeah, I want to play Monkey.
That'd be cool.
I want to play Monkey. I didn't get to play him entire thing. Oh, that's unfortunate.
It'd be sick if we got to play Monkey, then just be able to not brag. Say
Okay,
GGs
chill out,
and
cool kid.
chat.
Chill out, chill out, chill out. Okay.
Okay, what are you
The
saying?
game hasn't even happened. It's Thursday. Chill out.
Well,
Right, we won't play it.
did y'all know that y'all were 50% of putting Big Mac Daddy, Mr. Big Mac Daddy, out of his GM position for next season? Did y'all know that?
Why?
No, we
Oh,
did
man.
not.
Shot. You're joking.
Yeah. He said if
He's a
either
good
of his
guy.
teams, I don't know if it was won their league or if it was made it to the grand finals. I'm not sure. But if he said at least one of them did, he would stay. But if he didn't, he
I
was going to
think their
retire.
all-star team is gonna take it, man. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, unfortunate for our all-star team, we had all the issues, but that doesn't stop them from us seeing they played good. So
They've been solid. They have definitely been solid for the last 6
We're
games.
carrying the
they've
Yeti
played.
legacy.
Enko and Okinos and Douche would not let me watch the stream.
Oh yeah,
Like,
if you watch his stream, he breaks down like mentally. It's just over. He just starts
we
breaking
He just
down.
watched his
we
stream
also had
mid-game.
to stop him like going into game 4 from going into the stream too.
they would not let me go here.
That's good coaching.
So,
all
That is
blamed
good
Cool
coaching.
Yeah, we did. We said we were gonna drop him. No cap.
we're gonna drop him.
We're gonna drop him.
Isn't it roster
We
launcher?
actually said we're gonna replace him with Crazy Monkey, and he's like, nah, I'm not having that.
Well, big congratulations for being the first team finding their way into a grand finals in any league. Do you guys have any more shout outs to give?
Yes.
Nolan.
I actually do.
Oh, facts, Nolan.
Look at
Yeah,
stream.
facts,
Oh my
Nolan.
days. #1 fan. What a god.
Yeah, I
Even made
wanna
it.
say-
Okino's even made me make him an emote. I don't
Yeah,
think he
you're right.
shared it.
Yeah, you have an emo in our server.
Can I
Look,
shout out Crazy
Nolan,
Monkey?
Nolan's a
actually?
cool kid, #1 fan. Cool kid. You're Nolan's #1 fan.
Nice. Can I shout out Crazy Monkey? Because without him
What a
always
goat.
constantly saying that my rotations are garbage when we
Oh
weren't playing
my
games.
gosh.
So,
Gracious. Let's keep it clean.
that's the reason I have decent rotations now. So
Okay, you know
shout
what?
out,
Okay,
In fact, we had
Shout out
we were
Crazy
messing
Monkey.
with Cool Kid earlier when we were playing games, saying his rotations suck. And then we had to remind him during the game, it was like, hey, we're just messing with you, man.
So that happened about game 5, I presume.
no, at the very
I had to
beginning,
remind him.
game 1 to 3.
Oh my.
Oh, so when you tried to tell him that it was actually a joke, then you guys started losing.
Yeah. I gotta keep flaming him, I guess.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I guess that's how Cool Kid runs. Just gotta flame him and he.
Crazy told me
He'll
not to
shut
flame
people
Cool
up.
Kid, actually. Like, he flames him himself, but he told me not to go too hard on him. So, he cares.
about what?
About you,
About
apparently.
What did I say?
He told me not to flame you too hard. He said to just help you out.
Oh my goodness.
Crazy Monkey. Yeah.
Oh, you sure about that?
Yeah! Let me send you the message
Alright.
right now.
All right. Let's talk
Alright.
about that stuff later off stream. Congratulations one more time to you guys for
Thank
making
you.
it to the grand finals. We wish you guys the best going forward. Thank you guys for popping on for an interview. Y'all did
Of course.
fantastic today.
I'm
and
going
like
to
I said,
watch
we
the
look forward-
VOD. I'm gonna watch the VOD
Yeah,
on
Andy.
I'm
this.
gonna go watch
Let
it.
him speak.
Good grief. Yes,
That's
Zinko.
over, right? Is that you in your profile picture?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I like your hat.
Thank you, sir. That's what I wear every
Right.
day to work. All right, fellas. Well, GG's one more time. Congratulations. We'll look forward to seeing you guys on
GG's,
stream next
Tikis.
week.
Yep.
GG's, Tikis.
Yes.
GG's,
All
guys.
right. GG's.
GG's.
Send
All
it
right,
for
Jesse.
Brandon.
Jesse, any final words? Definitely a lot. Didn't have
Oh.
any opportunity to get any in while they were
I'm, I'm surprised that I guess roasting Cool Kid is their way to success. So
I mean, it actually works, I guess.
if
They
it
got
works,
the
it
win.
works.
They got the win. They heard my call out 6-2. Obviously, that's in the past now. Yetis sitting in the grand finals, waiting on the outcome of who we got up there? Gorillas and Foxes. Foxes and Gorillas. So they'll be waiting on that. Tomorrow, we have coming for you guys. I believe it's 9 Eastern. Is the Blizzards and the Blizzard and the Foxes. So you get to watch Jesse play instead of listening to him on the air. And then after that, we've got that is in All Star, and then the Miners and the Pirates, I believe, is Ultimate after that. And then I think that's at 9:45, so that'll be a back-to-back thing, I believe. But yeah, obviously we're looking at all these conference finals, championships, just finding all these spots for our grand finals contenders, not the league, to be clear. The people that are going to be playing in the grand finals. So yeah, a lot of action coming over this weekend. All of them best of sevens, of course. If they follow the script, they'll go to 7. But if not, I guess it's just because one team forgot
Like
to read
tonight.
it. Yeah. Refresh yourself for tomorrow there, Jesse. Be sure to look over that. All right. Well, any last words from you before we close this out?
No, honestly, a lot of fun. Very surprised that I actually went to 6, especially at the first 3 games. But I'm not complaining at all.
Yeah. I'm just
And
happy that I was right.
Congrats to the Tikis on a well season, even with
Absolutely.
the unfortunate loss. Coming top 4 in there.
They were number 2, were they not? Is that correct?
Yeah, but coming top 4 in
Yeah.
terms of playoff standings too.
Yeah.
Is impressive. So
Absolutely.
nothing
Well, thank
to be
you.
ashamed of.
Of course. And like I said, more action coming tomorrow, and that will continue over the weekend. But thank you guys all for coming, hanging out, watching the stream. Be back here tomorrow. I believe it's at 9 Eastern. So put that on your calendars. But other than that, thank you guys for coming, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.